You know, there's a lot of independents out here that run under our own authority and such. While some don't really work with factoring companies, others do. And I wanted to point it out to you that whenever you're dealing with some of these factoring companies like Lowe's Financial, for example, or RTS, you can negotiate your fuel discount just like any other carrier can. I think by default, and I could be wrong on this, but I believe by default, Love's just gives you the cash price without any further discount. So whenever you're talking with these companies about using their factory services, you want to negotiate the lowest rate for your fuel, and at the same time, you want to negotiate the lowest percentage on on the factoring costs, so that you know you're paying out the least and putting as much as you can in your pocket. Now, Lowe's, for example, will openly advertise up to 16 cents a gallon in fuel discounts if you're using their factoring service, but you have to ask for it. Excuse me. They're not going to give it to you by default. And so, whenever you're dealing with your rep with whichever factoring company you're going to use, if it's a company that you can get fuel through as well as factoring, then you need to negotiate the best rates you can. Now, these companies that they only factor, they don't do. You can't buy fuel through them. In my opinion, they're not as useful. So, if you're going to use one of them, you should be getting a much lower rate on your factoring, because that's all you can do through them is factory. You can't do it, kind of a bundle thing all in one place, so you can get your fuel and your factoring done together. So it's just my opinion, but please always negotiate everything. If you're going to set up factoring, well then use a company where you can get both fuel and factoring through the same company, and then negotiate your rates where you're happy with it. Don't just accept whatever they offer. You guys take care. Be safe. I'll see you down the road. Bye.